In 1933, Mattel released Pregnant Barbie. 90 years later, Hasbro finally released a pregnant action figure. This week we're taking a look at Across the Spiderverse Marvel Legends, Jessica Drew. Summoning her inner Foxy Cleopatra, Jessica Drew is a whole lot of woman. Not only is she eating for two, she's also Spider-Man 2099's number 2.
Who does number 2 work for?
Articulation, bruh.
Okay, Jessica drew differently. Head's on a ball joint, allowing her to look down a good amount, not up a lot because of the hair. Does give her a lot of tilt and some left to right. She does unfortunately have the limitations of a pregnant woman, not having a lot of crunch forward or any tilt, but there is some swivel at the waist. Arms rotate all the way around, but there is a bit of a shoulder pad situation that makes it jut out. Not too bad though. There's a bicep swivel, a double jointed pinless elbow. Arms ball and hinge all the way up, hands rotate and hinge up and down as much as one can with giant sleeves. The strap doesn't hinder any movement, but the thigh does bump into the baby bump. Out a good amount. There's an upper thigh swivel, pinless double jointed knee, no boot swivel, feet hinge down, hinge up, and rocks like movie concept art.
Oh, so funny. Anybody else got jokes? Now that you mention it.
Accessories. Does this purse go with my bra, bruh?
Jessica Drew comes with a set of fisted hands and a set of splayed out web shooting hands. But it's a web of lies, not because she doesn't come with webs, but because it's not screen accurate.
Go sit yourself.
Whether she's on a bike or, well, I guess she's only ever on a bike, Jessica Drew cannot go sit herself. First up, we have a baby shower with her fellow cast members, Peter B. Parker, Miles Morales, and the other Spider-Woman, Spider-Gwen. Next up, only appearing to be pregnant, here's The Spot. And Deadpool isn't the only one to get his hand on a temp pad, here's Domino. Next up we have a magic portal, which isn't the multiversal portal that we want, but at least it doesn't give you seizures. And just to show off some bikes, here's Prowler on the DC Icons Batgirl motorcycle. Jessica does fit on the bike okay, but her hands don't fit snugly around the handlebars. But while we're at it, let's give Marvel Legends Ghost Rider a try. Unfortunately, without any torso articulation, Jessica Drew cannot reach the handlebars.
Think unsexy thoughts. Think unsexy thoughts.
I opted not to pick up this Spider-Woman when it was first released because I was hoping Hasbro would release the Rider's Wave with her on her spider bike. But given her absence from the second Across the Spider-Verse wave, and that I managed to pick her up on clearance, I doubt collectors will want that apology figure.
Nope.
If you had Jessica's card in a game of Guess Who, and your opponent asked, "Does your person have earrings?" you'd have to say, well, the character in the movie does, but that's not what we get here. And that's not the only inaccuracy. For starters, there's a black web pattern on her sleeves. Her belt and her gloves should be red, and her glasses have a different shape entirely. They're supposed to look more like lenses in a Spider-Man mask than your average pair of reflective sunglasses.
Gotta take this. It's my wife. Are you here?
At some point during their reviews, all my spider people end up on a flight stand, but I found myself using one just for standing poses. Her bum is on the wall. Her bum is on the wall. She will fall unless her bum's on the wall. I know it's the design of the character and the style of animation, but the small feet and top heaviness of the head sculpt makes her nearly impossible to stand.
Why don't you go practice falling down? I'll be there in a minute.
You know, the limited torso doesn't really bother me because a pregnant woman would be limited in her movement anyway. But what does bother me is how limiting the hinges are because of how recessed those pegs are into the sleeves. So to sum up my thoughts with more thoughts, Jessica Drew is inaccurate, unstable, and without a motorcycle, incomplete.
Tell him he's wrong.
He's not.
Make sure to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications to stay up to date with your bra. And remember, collect responsibly.